On this week's episode of Roundabout U, All Campus Sing packs the quad for this year's competition.
We will find out how this tradition can be seen worldwide.
We see who is crowned Miss Murray State.
And finally, opportunities open for students seeking to learn sign language.
I'm BREANNA SILL.
And I'm TIERRA REESE. Welcome to Roundabout U. Murray State has many prominent and cherished traditions.
One of those traditions started in 1958, bringing people from all departments, groups, and clubs together with flair and excitement.
All Campus Sing is highly attended and pits these various student groups against each other to raise money for a philanthropic cause.
I'm attending All Campus Sing because every year that I've been here, I've always had class, and last year it was raining, so I really didn't want to be like all under the rain, but it's pretty awesome. Like, I love how like the whole entire community can be here and everybody's just having a good time.
Well, this is my first year coming. I haven't been able to come the past few years, and I'm like, I should come as a student because I know the general public can come and they can enjoy all this stuff. So I just wanted to experience it as a student. Everyone seems to love it. I have a lot of friends that are performing today, so I wanted to come out and support them.
So far, I'm pretty pumped. Nerves are going, butterflies, and I'm just excited to get up there and do our best. So.
The groups and organizations that participate in All Campus Sing begin preparing their routines and themes months in advance.
I started with the music in December, and so we had all the music done, and then once we came back from winter break, it's just been practices and getting all the choreography down, and all the girls have worked so hard, so I'm really excited to see the finished product. So I honestly don't know how I came up with the theme. I was just thinking of like funny things we could do that we could have multiple songs for, like something kind of clever and different. So I just came up with doctors, and I think it worked out pretty well. Also, it was kind of hard like finding places to practice because we have like 70 girls. So trying to get so many girls together at the same time in the same place is pretty difficult, but we were able to find a couple locations that we could get everything done in, and it worked out.
And while Alpha Sigma Alpha's theme was doctors, Sigma Phi Epsilon chose Welcome to the Jungle.
So we're kind of incorporating cavemen, just jungle theme, and we're just ready to show out and do our best.
Although it's not just sororities and fraternities who perform in the event. There are also residential college and student organization divisions as well. For the Sisters of Sigma Alpha Iota, All Campus Sing is about much more than dance routines and competition. They put this entire production together to help raise money for their philanthropy, the People to People Project.
The purpose of All Campus Sing is to obviously raise money for our philanthropy, People to People. People to People helps give money to schools who are struggling with music programs or things like that. It also helps spread music because that is the main purpose of our fraternity, so to spread music throughout the campus and the community of Murray.
Last year, SAI raised more than $4,000, and this year the fraternity raised almost double that through donations and change wars across campus.
Change Wars goes on the week before All Campus Sing, and each category participates in it within their own category. This year we kind of, to make it more competitive, we gave each first place winner a front row seat to All Campus Sing. So it made it a little bit more competitive and allowed us to raise more money through Change Wars.
While there's only one All Campus Sing Grand Champion, there are plenty of other positions for organizations to compete for the title of.
There are plaques, so there's the Creativity Plaque, the Spirit Award. There are 5 plaques, and then there's first place in each category through 4th place in each category. And then Grand Champion is overall, that's Spirit points and performance points added together.
And while Tri Sigma was crowned Grand Champion of the event, for most of the students competing, the day was more about tradition than competition.
Well, I mean, just like any tradition, like it's nice to have something that's like completely ours and like everyone enjoys it.
Yes, I think it's super important that we keep up traditions, especially All Campus Sing, because if you can see the quad, it's literally packed with people like throughout the community. There's alum, family, friends, like this just is something that brings everybody together. I always say it's like Murray State's Christmas, so and I love it, and I'm really excited to be here and excited to put on a show for you guys.
For nearly 60 years, if you wanted to enjoy All Campus Sing, you had to be on the lawn in front of Lovett Auditorium. But in 2010, everything changed.
Murray State's JMC 451 field production class began streaming the event, and All Campus Sing went from local to global.
A production of this scale starts early on the day of the event. Members of Digital Media Services work with the JMC department to start setting up cameras and running cable to the temporary control room inside Lovett Auditorium. A total of 5 cameras are set up around the stairs where each group will perform. Audio is connected from the main PA system, graphics are downloaded to the switcher, the jib is set up, and 30 minutes before airtime, the final pre-production meeting is held.
So 1 is our closest camera here, 3 is on the other end underneath the jib, okay? 2 is the camera below the jib, okay? So 1 and 2 have your close-up shots, okay? So those are your primary cameras for the most part.
Once all the students are at their assigned post, the show begins.
Walking through the crowd, the village is aglow. Kaleidoscope of loud heartbeats undercoat. Everybody here wanting something more, searching for the sound we hadn't heard before, and it said, "Welcome to New York."
There are 4 camera operators, a director, an audio person, and another student monitoring the outgoing stream. As the event goes on, each student rotates from one position to another, gaining valuable experience.
Well, you can take something like this in the big remote sense and you can apply it to a lot of what we see in sports production, particularly where, you know, ESPN rolls into town and they have to break out a semi-truck full of gear into an arena and put it together and then produce a live broadcast. And that's exactly what we're doing today on a little bit smaller scale, but the real-world application is really, really there.
Along with the hands-on experience the class receives, they also have the bonus of knowing that their work will be seen throughout the country and around the world. The streaming of All Campus Sing started in 2010 and has proven to be one of the most watched programs Murray State has offered. It allows alumni and friends of the university to enjoy this time-honored tradition from the comfort of their homes.
I think for the first time that we streamed this, we probably had a few hundred people watch it. From there, every year it has continued to grow and grow. In the last few years, we've gone sometimes over 3,000 viewers at some points in time, and over 40 countries at one point that were watching, users in 40 countries. And so I think that's a huge part of the growth of this, this performance-based event that we have on campus.
Once the show is over and the equipment is put away, the students go home with the satisfaction of a job well done and the knowledge that they have become a part of the tradition that is All Campus Sing. Another one of Murray State's cherished traditions is the Ms. Murray State Scholarship Pageant, where 15 contestants vie for the crown and scholarship.
I think it's such a popular event just because it's a great tradition. It's always fun to see the top 15 girls. They're always on campus. People love to see these girls, and tonight they're getting recognized.
The student-led Campus Activities Board plans for a night of competition and entertainment, as judges have the difficult task of selecting the next Ms. Murray State. The process to select Ms. Murray State begins in the fall semester with nominations.
All the organizations on campus are given the opportunity to nominate 4 girls of their liking, and from there preliminary interviews start. So tonight we end up with the top 15 contestants from those preliminary interviews. And so starting this semester, we've been practicing on the opening number dance, doing evening gown walk, and so today it's just all come together.
After the opening dance routine and evening gown competition, the field of 15 is narrowed down to 5 finalists. The finalists present a 1-minute speech to the audience, an aspect that is new to this year's pageant.
It's really fun. The girls got to tie in their personalities and really what makes them unique. The judges just want a very genuine girl who can represent the university in the best and highest way. So that's honestly the only thing the judges are looking for, is just someone who will be a great face of our university.
Rachel Ross from Murray, Kentucky, was named Ms. Murray State for 2016. She says she considers this an honor and a dream come true to represent Murray State for the next year.
I dreamed of being in Miss Murray State, and I used to sit in that seat and get so excited for that top 5. So I'm having a lot of just surreal moments right now of realizing that I'm not that little girl anymore, and here I am, and I've worked really hard, and I've loved my time at Murray, and I'm so excited to have the honor to be called Miss Murray State.
All of the participants rehearsed together in the weeks leading up to the pageant. Even though the pageant involves competition, all of the participants had the chance to create lasting relationships with one another.
And it's fun because everybody's really out of their comfort zone. We practice late at night to accommodate with night classes. And so you're meeting these people, and also these people are catching you at the end of your day in the middle of the week. So sometimes you're tired or stressed out. A lot of us are highly involved. Most of us are highly involved. And so a lot of us had busy schedules, and we really tried to uplift each other throughout the week. And so it was a lot of hard work, but it was great relationships. And I know we all went in today group messaging on Facebook and saying how we loved each other, and we were really excited. The 4 women standing beside me were just as deserving, and I was going to be happy for them as much as I was going to be happy for me.
After always dreaming to be in the Ms. Murray State pageant, Rachel understands the importance of having traditions like the pageant at Murray State.
Murray State is known for the close-knit hometown feel, and I feel a lot of that is because the traditions make people feel at home. Like you have your family traditions on Christmas, you feel at home when you come to Murray and you have family traditions here. And so something like Miss Murray State that little girls right now probably sat in the audience and watched, I want it to be around when they get to be old enough to be in the pageant, because I know that is what has made this experience absolutely amazing for me, because I dreamed of it forever, but I want all the generations to come to be able to experience this, and that's why I think it's important that we keep them.
Faithful runners took on the Murray Half Marathon. Participants ran over 13 miles of Murray and Callaway County roads on foot for charity. Shelby Smithson was on the course with the story.
It was early on a Saturday morning, the sun rising in the sky, when more than 700 runners from 14 different states took their places at the starting line to run the Murray Half Marathon. If participants weren't quite up to the challenge of a half marathon, but still wanted to run, they could instead join in on the 5K. Many runners were sporting wings as part of a challenge. The wings were $10 a pair, and 100% of the funds went to support the hospice house.
We decided to name this the Remax Butterfly Challenge. We're selling the wings for $10 a pair. When you wear the wings, it shows your support for the Anna Mae Owens Hospice House. We decided that we wanted to take on this adventure because we've all had experiences with hospice, and they are just angels of mercy.
The Remax Butterfly Challenge had a lot of participants, grown, small, and even canine.
We are so thankful and blessed that they came out to buy the wings and have challenges. The communities came in to support. Everybody has got ownership now in the hospice house. When you see somebody who bought the wings, they've invested in the hospice house, so they are a part of it.
The wings weren't the only reason to run the 5K, though. There were a lot of participants in it for the run itself. Several are even repeat participants.
You would see some of the hospice runners were in the race too for their support. The community has just really bought into this. We are so thankful and blessed that they came out to buy the wings and have challenges.
I've ran it for 4 years now, and I run the primary care 5K in July. It was hard. I didn't really train for it. I just kind of came and ran. So my calves are cramping now, but it's not that bad.
They do say no pain, no gain, and the half marathon runners certainly felt that. But they were treated to a tour of the city of Murray and Callaway County as they trekked over 13 miles to complete their challenge. No matter how far they went, there were people cheering them on. This 5K runner was especially pleased.
Really cool. I really liked it. I loved the people who were cheering me on the road and stuff.
The winner of the half marathon was Cole Cisneros.
Alongside the marathon, there's another competition taking place. Bands, cheer teams, church groups, and organizations on Murray State's campus organized spirit teams that were voted on by each runner. The team with the most votes will be awarded prize money for their favorite nonprofit organization. This is just another way to get the Murray-Callaway County community involved. For Roundabout U, I'm Shelby SMITHSON.
The passion of one Murray State employee has led to the formation of several American Sign Language courses. This gives students the chance to broaden their communication abilities. TIERRA REESE attended a class to learn how it works.
In support of American Sign Language classes by the College of Education, Murray State has been able to teach students a unique way of communicating and hopes to bring more interpreters to Western Kentucky for the deaf. Many deaf children have to move away from Western Kentucky because there are not many options for them.
Students in kindergarten who are deaf must travel 5 hours to go to the school for the deaf in Kentucky, or they're mainstreamed. And being mainstreamed is a challenge because of the lack of interpreters. So it is my dream that these classes will help Western Kentucky to have more interpreters, keep their deaf in this area, and have more for them. We also try to have some activities for the deaf. And the students go to activities to learn the culture. And that helps the deaf to have something to do, and it makes them more of a community in Western Kentucky.
Although finding a local teacher for these classes has been a challenge, finding students who are interested is not. Many nursing and communication majors find this class to be an asset in their learning experience. These classes have also helped students communicate with deaf family members and friends.
It will help them not to become an interpreter, but they can communicate enough with a deaf patient that the patient will know that an interpreter is on the way. Our classes are full by the time before all of the students can register. We always have a waiting list for the ASL classes. There's much interest.
Students in the class gave me insight as to why they feel like taking American Sign Language is very important. Even though the class can be intimidating at times due to the no voices rule, the skill set they learn for the future makes the class super helpful.
A lot of times I feel like the deaf community and their culture is completely put on the back burner. And so my favorite part of this class is just learning about these people, and sometimes we forget that they are here, and just learning how they have to live day to day. And it's just a joy to know that I can kind of communicate with someone now and maybe make them feel a little less secluded. Personally, as a nursing major, it's great to have someone in the hospital who can talk to a patient who's deaf, and even if it's just minimally, they don't feel like they're so alone, or maybe it'll help calm their nerves.
I also was able to learn for myself a little sign language as I sat to chat with the online teacher Max through Skype. Max is currently living in New York, but with the help of Nancy, the class manager, he is able to teach the class. What has been the best thing about teaching American Sign Language?
What's best? The students teaching ASL, he enjoys seeing them improve, seeing them learn. The students enjoy learning. It's a new language for them. It's a new beginning, teaching ASL and communicating with other deaf people. Some of them have deaf family members, and it helps them to communicate with them, or with their deaf friends. At work, if someone happens to be deaf, then the students can communicate with that deaf worker.
I know I learned a lot by attending just one class session. Just imagine all what can be learned through a course of a semester. From Roundabout U, I'm TIERRA REESE.
The Study Abroad Fair was on full display in front of Waterfield Library, promoting new adventures to have, new cultures to experience, and new friendships to make. Murray State encourages its students to take advantage of opportunities that benefit them academically as well as socially. The Study Abroad program pushes students to step out of their comfort zones in order to obtain the full benefits of the experience. Classes that students attend abroad are only a part of the education they receive. Being immersed in another culture and interacting with people who have varying values and beliefs adds another level of development for students.
There are so many benefits, and then they're able to really take that back into their studies when they return on campus. They're able to translate that into really knowing and having the confidence to go for the job they want whenever they graduate. They might go abroad for a longer time in the future. They might work abroad. They might add language study. So I could go on and on and on. There are so many benefits.
Murray State offers multiple study abroad opportunities a year and tries to utilize events like the Study Abroad Fair and focus groups to better educate the student population about study abroad. Shining light on some of the myths surrounding study abroad is sometimes all it takes to get students involved.
Study abroad has so many myths out there, and through these fairs we're really able to catch students and gauge their interest and let them know about the amazing course opportunities they have in order to participate. So there's loads of information that students just really don't have in their hands. There's always new students who haven't heard our message, so we try to find any way we can to reach students who haven't gotten that information yet.
One of the greatest things about coming to a university is finding your niche. For some students, OMAS provided them with not only that niche, but also a family of people who love the same things as them. Within that family, the group is able to create events like the OMAS Art Show.
This is really great. It's a collection of the art students on campus. A lot of us have different emphasis. So some of us are painting, some of us are metals, the things like that, and we don't have a lot of time with each other during the studio courses. So OMAS gives us an opportunity to come together as an art community and spend time together, get together and do artsy things, just fun little things to kind of stick together, see how everyone's doing, that sort of thing.
One of those things that the organization of Murray art students has put together is Quixotic, Annual Student Art Exhibition. The show features over 100 juried selections of art by Murray State students.
You may know that some student is a sculpture student, but you may not know what their art looks like necessarily, or you may not find yourself in their studio. So this really gives an opportunity, if they get into the show, to see their work and kind of what they're about and get to know them more conceptually as an artist.
The pieces of art were juried by an art professor from Western Kentucky University before they were placed in the show.
Like this show, we really try to maintain a professional atmosphere with it and treat it professionally because students that get their work in this show, we want them to be able to say, I had my work in a professional show.
Students who are a part of OMAS want people to see the work Murray State students are doing here on campus.
It's really exciting to have your work in the show because like all kinds of different people walk through here. We have classes that are taught in here for not non-art majors. So those students see stuff, and then we have people from the community that come in, like on the art hop and everything, and the professors see it and your fellow art students see it, and it's nice because you're like, oh, my work. It's like validation that what you're making is good.
The work you see in the studio is not only created by Murray State students, it is also set up and displayed by students as well.
The vast majority of the workers in the gallery are art students. You might find a handful like from the archaeology department or something like that. We are all involved in this process, which helps us learn about these things for our artwork in the future.
And having the experience in staging a show like this one helps them prepare for staging a show of their own in the future.
It really gives you an idea of how to place your artwork and how it would make it look the best in a space. But you learn things like lighting, how to mount things, how to title your pieces, that sort of thing, because it's all very necessary information that you're going to have when you're in your own show. Because you can provide information like, I would like this here and this is how I would like it lighted, etc., just for people to get the most out of your work.
We leave you today with one of the performances from All Campus Sing.
And don't forget to check us out on the web at roundaboutu.com.
And follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm BREANNA SILL.
And I'm TIERRA REESE. Thanks for watching Roundabout U.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle.
Everybody look left, everybody look right. Everywhere you look, I'm standing spotlight.